Now student, explanation of the arterial supply of the leg and pes region in case of bovine, specifically the popliteal and saphenous artery. You know the saphenous artery is continuation of, it is a branch of femoral artery, and popliteal is actually the continuation of the femoral artery. Saphenous is branch of femoral and popliteal is continuation of femoral artery. Now what happens in the leg region? I'll show you the diagram. This is the dorsal aspect where I am showing you the popliteal. This is the popliteal artery running on the plantar aspect, and it is giving the at the proximal interosseous space, that is the tibia. This is the tibia bone, this is the tarsal joint or hock joint, this is metatarsal, and these are the digits. Two are main digits and two due claws, medial as well as lateral due claws. Now this popliteal artery, it is giving the posterior tibial and the anterior tibial. Anterior tibial is coming on through the dorsal aspect of the leg region, and this anterior tibial, it is giving branches, several branches for the formation of rete tarsi dorsal at the level of hock joint, and then at the proximal end of metatarsal, it will be giving a perforating tarsal artery. That perforating tarsal will be going through this foramen of the metatarsal, proximal foramen of the metatarsal into the plantar aspect. Here it will be coming out here at the plantar aspect. Now itself this anterior tibial now will be called as dorsal metatarsal artery. This is dorsal metatarsal artery. Again at the distal end of large metatarsal, it will be giving the perforating metatarsal artery. That perforating metatarsal artery through this distal foramen of the metatarsal, large metatarsal, it will be going into the volar aspect or the plantar aspect of the metatarsal. Now after that, this dorsal metatarsal artery, it is known as dorsal common digital third. It is called as dorsal common digital third. This is happening on the dorsal aspect. Now on the volar aspect, what is happening? This posterior tibial on the volar aspect supplying to the volar surface of the tibia region, and another is artery is saphenous artery, which is arising from the femoral artery in the femoral canal, and this saphenous artery, as it reaches on the distal end of the leg or distal end of the tibia, it divides into the lateral tarsal and medial tarsal branches. Lateral tarsal artery is a smaller artery, and the medial tarsal is the continuing trunk of the saphenous artery. Actually, this medial tarsal will further divide at the hock region into lateral plantar and medial plantar. Now this lateral plantar, it will give several branches for the formation of rete tarsi dorsal. So rete tarsi dorsal is formed by the branches coming from anterior tibial as well as the branches coming from the lateral plantar. Itself this lateral plantar will continue further distally, and medial plantar will also continue further distally, and as it reaches on the proximal end of metatarsal, they will be joining with the perforating tarsal which was coming from the dorsal aspect, and they form the arch. This arch is known as proximal plantar arch. From this proximal plantar arch, there will be origin of plantar metatarsal arteries. They will be superficial plantar metatarsal arteries and deep plantar metatarsal arteries. Two will be superficial and two will be deep. Actually, the superficial plantar metatarsal arteries are continuation of plantar arteries. That is, the lateral plantar will continue as lateral plantar superficial metatarsal, and the medial plantar will continue as medial plantar superficial metatarsal, while the proximal plantar arch will give rise to the two deep plantar metatarsal arteries. Now the superficial plantar metatarsal artery, they reach at the distal end of metatarsal. Now they again join with the perforating metatarsal artery which is coming from the dorsal aspect, which is coming from the dorsal metatarsal artery. This perforating metatarsal artery along with the superficial plantar metatarsal, that is the lateral superficial plantar metatarsal and medial superficial plantar metatarsal, they form the distal plantar arch. Now this distal plantar arch will give rise to plantar common digital third. This is the plantar common digital third. Now In the dorsal aspect, there is dorsal common digital third, and plantar aspect, there is plantar common digital third. Itself, this lateral superficial plantar metatarsal will continue as lateral digital artery, and the medial superficial plantar metatarsal will continue in the digit region as medial digital artery. Now, I'll explain it in the detail here on the digit region. This is the fetlock joint, this is western joint, and this is the coffin joint. Now, what is happening here? Plantar common digital third artery will be joining with the dorsal common digital third. Dorsal common digital third was here. Plantar common digital was coming from the distal plantar arch. So, these two will join together, right? And they form the common digital third. Now, they form the common digital third. And this common digital third will divide into two proper digitals. That is the proper digital 4 and proper digital 3. I have shown it like PD. Proper digital third and proper digital 4. That is supplying to the axial surface of the major digit. That is the third and fourth digits are the main digit of the bovine. So, it will be supplying to the axial surface of it. Then, the lateral digital artery, that is the continuation of lateral superficial plantar metatarsal. This lateral digital artery is now called as common digital 4. And that common digital 4 will be giving proper digital second, that will be supplying to the proper digital 4 and proper digital 5. Common digital 4 will be giving the proper digital 4 as well as proper digital 5. This is proper digital 5, right? Proper digital 5 will be supplying to the lateral due claw, and the proper digital 4 will be supplying to the abaxial surface of the fourth digit. Similarly, this medial digital, that is the continuation of medial superficial plantar metatarsal, which is called as medial digital artery, is known as common digital second. And that common digital will be divided into two branches, that is proper digital second and the proper digital third. That proper digital third will be supplying to the abaxial surface of the fourth digit, while the proper digital second will be supplying to the medial due claw. So, it means the medial due claw as well as lateral due claws are getting the single supply, while the third and fourth digits, they are getting the dual supply with the help of common digital third, common digital 4 as well as the common digital 2. So, this is about the arterial supply, external iliac artery, detailed explanation of the bovine. And please go through the notes I will be supplying through the WhatsApp for the further explanation.